to mid as well, so Sandy can definitely pick that one up. I mean, the same story is with the Lucian, so that's definitely something that you know, it's kind of a wash here in terms of picks. They just can counter each other. They can put those two ADs in the mid lane and they'll duel it out. But of course, if we see you know, either one in the bot lane, that's also something that that they have considered here. So
yeah, the
Galio pick up now for FPX, a very decent support, especially considering that it is going to be going up against a foreign. There could be a lot of early game pressure here from FPX depending on who they pick up next for mid lane. But they will be banning out the Jace for the jungle.
Since they banned away the Jace, I feel like they want to remove this flexibility for WHG. And if it is the same wavelength that I'm thinking about from the side of FPX, they might bring Lucian into the mid lane. They might be, because they ban away the Jace. But nevertheless, WHG banning away Jax is a good thing coming in from them, because the thing is, Camille could still be flexed into the jungle. And as we mentioned a while ago, Down 128, if Jax is left open, they're going to pick that up any time of the day. And now Lee Sin will be banned away, so these early game champions coming into the jungler role is also removed here. Now WHG could pivot themselves onto the likes of Kha'Zix, since it is still left open for them to pick up. Now for the side of WHG, they could now pivot themselves into the banning of the mid laners or the junglers, and Shen is a good option.
Yeah, Shen is something that China 7 also is proficient on. Yeah, it's not like a carry jungler, but it does enable a lot of carries to just be confident and safe in trading and trying to fight, especially once
they're
that
denying it
is activated. But the Kha'Zix will be picked up here for Qingdao 7. Denied on the side of Carryman, and man, Qingdao 7 on Kha'Zix is absolutely terrifying. But we will be seeing a Karma picked up here, most likely for Pan. Now that is a lot of utility that Woohoo Gaming is banking on.
Oh, I love this. I love these mind games from both sides. They're bringing the Riven into the jungle. Oh,
that's dope. I love that. Riven jungle. Now we have seen Riven quite a bit, but mostly in the top lane. But putting her in the jungle, that's something straight out of season 1 here.
And Ziggs too.
Straight out of season 1 indeed. The Ziggs coming out. The mage bot lanes. And the Riven in the jungle. This is what patch are we on? Is this really WRL season 2? I feel like we're back in season 1. This is
not even season 0.
Year 1.
Oh my word! I love Wild Rift. I love Wild Rift. I mean, these mind games coming in from both sides, the champions they picked up, how they did it, how they came there, was so good. And yeah, as you mentioned a while ago, the Shen ban was something of an unexpectation, if you may. Because, well, it's not an unexpectations, but the reason for that ban is because when we're looking at the overall gist of the composition for the side of FPX, they have Camille, they have Galio. And if they add a Shen to that, this will be a wombo combo like no other. Global ultimates across the board, a lot of safety nets as well, and that will be very difficult to fight up against. And that ban just saved Woohoo Gaming a little bit more towards bursting down these key champions. But man, I love it. I am loving the game.
I absolutely do as well, man. Woohoo Gaming versus FPX. This is an absolute banger of a series, a banger of a game. We're going back to basics right here on the wildest of the rifts. I want to see this Kha'Zix duel. I want to see this Riven duel. I want to see them really go at each other in the jungle. And Woohoo Gaming, I feel like they're kind of expecting something now at level 1. So you can see this positioning of their members. They're trying to actually get an invade going. They will be spotted out. There is a ward there, so they will at least the information will be there. But
yeah, information provided.
This is really good for Woohoo. They're just denying resources from the Kha'Zix. Maybe a little bit of very little jungling coming out, but Wake Up helping Carryman jungler right here. it does kind of lend itself to a 3-man onto top lane really quickly.
Oh, I love this. I am loving it. Because the thing is, FPX has information about what WHG is doing. Right? They went in onto the top quadrant jungle to go in for that invade. And now Singdo7 went in for the vertical jungling. This is so good when it comes to macro play. It's a very minute thing to really just state. But regardless, it is how these players think. If someone else go to our own jungle and we start up on blue, we could go vertical jungling. And FPX did just that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, it was a little bit late for the Riven to save that red buff, but completely fine because there is still the possibility for that gank later on. But oh man, Rocky, even with his full his full rotation of spells, could get past that adaptive field. Now, I do love that vertical jungling angle, but it does mean that Singdo7 is going to have a little bit of a weird route. He will get that scuttle trap, and then, you know, since the bot lane is kind of pushing, there's no way to get to that top lane, where that would have been a really good gank, as Rocky was kind of pushed up, pretty pushed up. If he did go the traditional jungling route, would have had the time to go gank that.
Yeah, it's so good. Right now at this moment, there's no expectations to go in for those invades. There's no expectations to go in for those ganks, because the thing is, Kazakhs cannot go in for ganks prior to level 5, and yes, you could on paper, but it's not ideal. And that same theory also applies to Riven, right? So expectedly, these two teams, for both WHG and FPX, they're going to wait for level 5. They're going to wait for the ultimate before they pay a visit. And something that FPX could pay a visit into is pretty much every single lane at this point, because Zeri is super squishy. They could visit that. Renekton could also be locked in by the Hextech ultimatum by Camille, so Kazakhs could follow through. So any of these two lanes could be visited, especially considering that Kazakhs is currently right now on top quadrant jungle.
Oh, but it's going to be the mid that was visited. Carryman getting the kill there with the wind slash, taking that Lucian out to Jitter, and that is a really decent start there for WHG.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Level 5 visit, we've called it. Level 5 is the expectation that these junglers will pay a visit, but it was a bit too early for FPX, and right now coming on top side.
Yeah, Hextech ultimatum, everything thrown, and the kitchen sink. It will be the tactical sweep to take out Araki Uzam. Is the winner there with the gank from Singdo7. Carryman still looking to at least deny users from the Kazakh get this blue buff, but he will get spotted out here by Chow probably.
Chow.
Yeah, he should be able to get out of there scot-free, but at least the information has been given that he was there at the blue buff.
Yeah, I love this. I love this. A series of events that we have predicted. Right, Kazakhs will pay a visit on top side with a Hextech ultimatum from down 1 to 8, netted them a kill. WHG pays a visit on mid lane as well, just because he's already at level 5. He has the capability to jump in and burst the opposition, so it's really good coming from both sides. And thus far, it will be Woohoo Gaming who takes the 1k gold lead, but this is still minute. Because we're still in the early game phase, we're still on the laning phase, we're in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. If that balloons into a 2k gold lead and a 3k gold lead, this will now be different.
Yeah, it could be a little bit different if we do get to that point, if we do see a lead forming on either side of the board. But right now, it's fairly even. Woohoo Gaming just a little bit ahead, basically 1,000 gold. But it's really not all too big of a difference. What we will be seeing is in about 5 seconds, when those objectives spawn up, we will probably see some action go on. Carryman, though, immediately starting the Rift Herald by himself.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because the thing is, Zeri is also on top side of the map, so if ever it's FPX who wants to contest, they could go for it. And another thing is, they have a ward into the Dragon's Pit into the bottom side, so that's a signal for FPX, or for Woohoo Gaming, that FPX is starting the Infernal Drake.
Already know. They choose to trade that out, and then they bring the homies over to get a gank onto Don 1 to a as they get the Hall of the Forest God. There's Hero's entrance though to try to deny this a little bit, but Dawn still goes down. Chao now trying to keep people under the tower. Carryman incredibly low. Carryman gets taken down. Shingdao7, he doesn't have the resets unfortunately, or else he would have just jumped on to Wake Up Insanity, but that is still going to be a 1-for-1.
A 1-for-1. Look at the backside. Shingdao7.
They'll be looking for more here, but it's Wake Up and Pat that are under the turret. So Shingdao just walks away, content with that one kill that he got.
Contented already. He wants to go back away. And right now, it's WHG still an even pacing up against FPX. Currently only on 800 gold lead, and this is what we're talking about, right? 1k gold lead doesn't really matter coming into the early game phase because you still have a lot of minions, you still have a lot of camps. You're not solely depending on team fights alone, so it could easily be overturned by one side or the other. But what will be very important to take note is that Dawn128 could now pay a visit into each and every single lane, and those Hextech ultimatums has to be respected by the side of WHG.
Yeah, because when the Hextech ultimatum comes down, it becomes super easy for Khan to land his shots, to land his bouncing grenades, for Chao to, get in, get a taunt up. But there's the Call of the Forge God along with the Shelly coming out in the mid lane. Shingdao7 has been pushed out of this fight, but Carryman incredibly low. Can they actually finish this kill off? Dawn128 with Hextech speed will take him down, and then the Hextech ultimatum onto Rocky. There's the Hero's entrance to keep everybody safe on the side of FPX, but they weren't even able to finish that turret off with the charge from Shelly. So Woohoo Gaming now really on the back foot after that one play.
Yeah, just one play changed the game. We'll see though, because right now, still even gold, still pretty much equal when it comes to both sides here, but Sanwan,
he doesn't know he's in danger as Shingdao7 jumps on him, even with the ultimate, even with the exhaust. He still is taken down quite easily with Skyfell's help there.
Yeah, very quick to move for the likes of FPX, getting that kill over into the bottom lane. A really, really good start there for FPX as well, coming right through. But once again, these back and forths are to be expected, and no one side will definitely landslide except if a team fight breaks loose, which is what Carryman and Rocky is trying to do here. And another layer to these discussions is that Ziggs as a champion, why it's so good, on top of the wave clear that he has generally for Ziggs as a champion, is that he could just stay under turret and clear down waves so easy on safety. So no other champions from the opposition could gain access to him.
Yeah, it's really, really hard for anybody to push into that wave because of all of the waves that he has, and that's not something that can be the same cannot be said for Sandy on that Zeri. See how far he has to be just to make sure that he's safe and give up that power. And now FPX have that little bit of gold lead, that 1,000 gold lead that Woohoo Gaming had earlier. So this is just a great turnout for FPX as they try to get a kill onto Wake Up. Super Mega Death Inferno Rocket Bomb thing. That's both Jinx and Ziggs ult, but just the Ziggs ult will swing and a miss onto Wake Up, and that will mean that tower goes down to Woohoo Gaming, as they narrowly avoid giving a kill to FPX.
Yeah, I was also like expecting the overextension there. That was really, really scary, nevertheless. But thus far, both these sides are just trading punches left and right, going in for those flanks. And I like what WHG is doing, right? They're going for the macro plays once again. They want to double down onto getting that tier 1 turret into the bottom lane, because the thing is, Mountain Dragon will come up at 3 seconds, and they want that even level playing field. They want that lane priority as an equalizer with the tier 1 turret being broken down into the bottom lane.
Yeah, and the thing is, in a team fight, if it breaks out 5v5, the Riven will be a lot more useful in a clumped up fight, but there is a double knock right there. We'll Wake Up, maybe looking for an opportunity for Call the Forge God here very soon. Rocky just hanging around that platform, looking for maybe an opportunity. Woohoo Gaming, the ones that are grouping up as 5 compared to FPX. We're kind of split right now. It's Woohoo who start the Mountain Break now. Shingdao7 on the backside though, in that tri-brush. looking for an opportunity to assassinate anybody who comes through. So Woohoo Gaming are being very, very careful to avoid that. They know that that is probably where Kha'Zix will be lurking. So they don't want to give Qingdao the opportunity to get any sort of solo kill, get any sort of assassination.
And look at the vision game of WHG as well. They have vision on the river, they have vision onto the single pixel brush, onto the right corner jungle, and they also have a vision towards that bot side mid lane brush as well. So really, really good overall when it comes to the visions game. And that is the reason why as well that WHG need not to overextend.
Kind of just a poke game right now with the amount of Qs coming out with the bouncing grenades as well. But Woohoo Gaming, they have done enough damage that Rocky just goes in, flashes in. There's a call, the forward got up to 2. He goes into stasis, but there's Ichiro's entrance as well. The dragon will be secured at the very least by Carryman. And now FPX, they are on the backside as Qingdao 7 has to back away. He did get that kill onto the top laner, but now he is just going to get executed right there. Xiao has nowhere to run as well. Tried to get the kill out of the way, was successful. Traded his life for it, but Woohoo Gaming come out on top of that.
WHG! One team fight that changed the whole game. And now as we look at the replay there, it's WHG who started up that fight. Rocky came through to gain access onto Kong, but it was a massive stasis, right? Hextech ultimatum locked him in, but that stasis bought so much time for WHG, and with Singdo 7 locking down his eyes onto Rocky, the remaining off the side of FPX just got eliminated, and it was just a good play overall when it comes to those isolation plays by Woohoo Gaming.
Look at that gold lead now ballooning for the side of Woohoo Gaming. They may be able to take down FPX here in a 2-0 if they are if they keep this going, but they have to be super, super careful of where, you know, their positioning is, of where Qingdao 7 might be. So this is still pretty touch and go for Woohoo Gaming, but they have a lot of leeway to try and make plays now rather than reacting to what FPX is putting down.
Yeah, they have to do a lot of things coming into these plays as well. Rocky!
But Rocky getting caught out there is no bueno, not good. In your own jungle, Kong is the one who takes it with the Mega Inferno Bomb. So that is something that Woohoo Gaming has to once again be more aware of that could happen, especially with Camille on the field. You cannot get away from the Mega Inferno Bomb if you're in a Hextech ultimatum, but you can't get away from this Golden Forge God either if you're a Kong. So now Chao with the hero's entrance may follow suit because he cannot get away from the Riven, the stuns, the knockups, and Carryman as well as Wake Up will be the ones to take that life. That is a 2-kill for a 1 overboard for Woohoo Gaming, and now they're going to threaten Baron.
Yeah, they will now go in for the Baron. They could do this. And yes, there is a threat of Singdo 7, but the thing is, WHG could still turn things around. They could still turn and go in for those fights.
Yeah, they could just turn, but you can see they are just trying to poke away with the culling. That is 5 men on the side of Woohoo Gaming. Support has moved on 1-8, has been forced away. Qingdao 7 as well has been poked out.
Very low.
Cannot go for this steal now because he's a little bit too low. And Woohoo Gaming, they are just trying to zone out this jungler. They're trying to get onto Qingdao 7, and he is unsuccessful in that steal, and he gets taken out. There's a stasis from Rocky. He's in a 1 versus 4, and he gets charmed up. But at least his life will mean that
the Forge God, they're still going in
as the Forge God onto Dawn 128. That's another target there, but the life bars are getting pretty low for Woohoo Gaming. It's fine because Chao is going to be the next victim as Kong is going to waddle away. A myriad of kills for Woohoo Gaming and Baron as well.
Yeah, it's so good coming in for the likes of WHG. Thus far, everything has been going so well for Woohoo Gaming. Right, they have secured the Baron. Currently, they are at a 7k gold lead, and everything just going right into a better direction for WHG compared to FPX. The linear draft that they did, it's a very easy executable composition that they were able to take down in game 2. Right, because the thing is, call the Forge God to just engage onto those team fights. Rocky will be their frontliners. Karma and Zeri will be that support and also damage. And Carryman consistently just has to focus onto the objectives. And when the right time comes, he just goes in one fell swoop to just crowd control the opposition as well. It's so good.
The broken wings, too strong. The broken blade of Riven is too big of a match for the slice dice of counter, but unfortunately Kha'Zix will be the one taking that kill. So that is a little bit of a boon there for FPX, a little bit of a breather as they start to chase Woohoo Gaming out of their jungle. But there is the Ice Break up now. Don't know if they can success, but they're certainly going to try. Down7 is already in there. But unfortunately, the Drake is already down.
Yeah, we still have to remember, you also have San1 that can come through into the Ice Drake that could just melt that objective quite easily. And that is the reason why that objective just got erased. And right now, WHG, they already got the Ice Drake. So a lot of bonus ability haze coming right through into their composition. And the next objective will be the Baron. They could not give this for free to FPX.
Absolutely, because FPX, they cannot start with the Baron on the other side because they don't do it fast enough. They can shred it down with like decent speed, but not as fast as Woohoo Gaming can. So if FPX do start it, there is that pretty decently sized window for Woohoo Gaming to come in and get that interrupt. And even though the lead is kind of shrinking here for Woohoo Gaming, there's still like 4,000 gold in the lead. So it's really not too big of a problem for them to just come in and start wrecking face, especially with the Riven being as fed as he is, especially with the Zeri being as fed as he is. So this is still a very touch and go situation for FPX.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are in a massive advantage here. 4K gold lead though, so FPX was able to come back with a little bit of their deficit thus far, but that's still not enough to even out the playing field up against WHG because of how much advantage. And remember, San1 only needs 3 items to be able to reach that point of success, wherein every single one he faces off will just get melted. And this is something that FPX still has to respect. They have to target San1 in every rotation.
Yeah, the rotation is a very big prospect, but so is a Hextech ultimatum as he has to get out of there. Dawn128 just using it to do a little bit of disruption, bait out the color force shot. It did work because Wake Up did use that big ult, and now it's going to be a sort of objective because now Baron is up, but so is Elder Drake. Which one is Woohoo Gaming gonna go for first? It does look like they want to go for the Elder Drake, so they can go for both these fights.
Oh, Rocky!
Bomb onto Rocky. He's incredibly low, and that means that Woohoo Gaming have to peel out of this. Peel out of this Elder Drake. They cannot risk that with Rocky being as low as he is, but if he has teleport, he can get back in the fight real quick. But Chow already on that engage, onto Wake Up. Dawn128 trying to get up the back onto Can. He gets exhausted, and San1 trying to chase. He does get one, but can he get this? 3.7, there's a stasis flash. He gets just as much to the face. Chow takes him out. Carry man, though, he's gonna carry as SkyFL falls to him. And Kong trying to get anything that he can. 3.7 and Kong both die at the same time. And that is going to be the ace for Woohoo Gaming. They can just end it right here.
That's GG. FPX lost that in WHG on a winning run. Nexus is open.
Nexus is down, and that's going to be Woohoo Gaming 2-0ing FPX. What a run here for Woohoo Gaming.
What a play. I want to say I never doubted them, but the thing is, I was going towards the side of FPX.
You doubted them, man. You 100% doubted them.
Let me explain. Like, I was going for FPX coming into that series, but that performance from WHD was